So I'm going to copy the color from the button here. So if you click on the button and go to the color, you can copy this right here. Actually, I think you can do this. So hover over this and push copy. And then we're going to create the drop shadow on this shape. I'm going to click on the shape, go to color, go to drop shadow and edit. And then we'll just paste in that and return. And that means I'll have to change the color of the button because it's not sticking out enough. So I'll just kind of go in here and maybe pick like a nice blue color, select that, and then the text will have to change to probably a white. So I think I'm kind of liking that a little bit better. The drop shadow, you can also change kind of like the size of it. I'm going to make it like this big, I think. Something like that. You can blur it too, but I don't think I want to do that. Okay, so something like maybe that. Maybe something like, oh, that's the opacity, sorry. Which actually looks kind of good. But anyway, that's about where I want that to be. I might actually move it up just a little. Actually, it looks better where it's at. So that is pretty good. I want to create a little bit more interest in this ad, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Photoshop and do a file open, and then actually go into that document. Let's see here, North 40 images. So let's see, I had a couple images in here. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I think I'm kind of wanting maybe a hand with a plant of some sort. This is a pretty nice image, actually. It's actually not a terrible size either. I mean, I'll click through to it to make sure I get the original. I don't know if I actually want to go. I don't want to download anything because I'll get a virus. But if we do a control click on this, we can save image as, and then we can save it in that folder. Luckily, it just kind of, I didn't have to navigate, but I can just do this. And so maybe I'll open that up in Photoshop. Should be in here. Oh, there it is. Open that up. And it looks like the background is already not there. It's already transparent. So I don't need to do any work in here. I can go back into Bannersnack. I was going to take the background out, but so I can upload this file. It should be already clipped. Brought it in here. So we could do, I don't want to cover up, obviously, anything. I do want to create depth in my ad, but I don't want to cover anything up at the same time. So we can have it kind of come down over this just a little bit. Maybe I will bring this, maybe something like that. And I maybe want to make it smaller, but let's see, I can bring this up just a smidge. And then, so we need to bring, sorry, since this is going to be over the top of this, maybe we actually want to change this color back to that chartreuse, which actually, luckily, there is a nice little recent colors thing. We can select that, and then we can make this text color kind of that nice blue color. Actually, I don't know if I don't really like that. I might have to play around with the colors some more. Oops, now I'm just changing. Okay, I need to change the text color. Well, that's not too bad. I wonder if I could put a glow on it or something. I don't know how many effects they have in here. There's not a ton. So if I bring that down, I think you can actually like shift this too, maybe. No, can you rotate it? Nope. I kind of thought maybe you could like rotate it, but it doesn't seem like, oh, maybe. No. Okay, so now I just need to grab that headline and maybe bring it above the image. And we can actually, it's not a bad idea, like I can leave that headline, but image 3 is hand with plant. Image 2 is logo. So renaming these is a really good idea. What's this? I think that this is actually something that I brought in error, so I'm going to delete it. And this is the shape. That's over the ad. And then this is the image of the garden center. Something like that. So we have all of our stuff labeled at least. So what we could do, we could put this all on one line, I guess. Let's see. Maybe just, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just move it up here, and maybe we need to just bring the size of this down just a little bit. I wonder if I could just kind of stretch it a little bit, because I kind of just wanted to, it doesn't really let you stretch things though for some reason. So we can actually move this image down just a little bit more to add, just to make a little bit more room. Yeah, I guess I'll just, kind of wanted to just stretch it, but it's not letting me. So maybe it's something like this, but I could actually add in another shape. So I think if I go in here into elements and then go to shapes, there are different like things I can use. What's this? Is there anything in here that's maybe this? And then if I could make it opaque, well, actually I don't really like that. Maybe we could just do this. And then can I stretch it? Okay, yeah, I can. So we can make it maybe this color, and then the opacity. I was thinking about maybe we could put this over here and then move this up and then make this size bigger of this and just kind of center that like we had it, and then move this up. I like this plant photo, but it's kind of like not fitting the best. But I also want like another element in here that's gonna like kind of make this a little bit more of an interesting composition, not just be super basic. So maybe we'll center that in here, and then what we'll do is we'll bring the headline on top of that shape, and then we'll make this maybe a little bit more opaque. Maybe move this down even more, and then just the shape could be moved. I'm having a hard time. I don't want to cover up my lady in there. And we can make this, maybe we can make this check out. or visit. Maybe visit, because that'll be a little bit shorter. New garden center, and then we can, sometimes it helps to edit the text. Maybe something like that would look good. It's kind of crammed in there. And maybe this should be white. So just kind of picking out my colors here, trying to get it looking the way I think it should look. Oops, gosh, I keep doing that. Go to the text to change the text. And then we'll just move this. Something like that, maybe. There might be a little bit too much going on now with all this stuff. And it really, if I could have had an image that I could maybe like stretch more. I tried pushing shift down and it doesn't do anything, so maintain aspect. I don't know. There's probably a way to do it, but I'm not quite sure. So I think that that's looking okay. I mean, it's not popping out as much as I'd like it to. Maybe I can make this a little less opaque. This shape here, chartreuse shape, can make it like a little bit more solid. And maybe just bump that up, just bump this up just a little. Move this just a smidge. Maybe even make it like move off the canvas just a little bit more too. There. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I feel like this button might be a little too wide, so I'm going to do that. And this can maybe come down just a smidge, along with this, just a little couple nudges. Okay, that looks pretty good. Do I have this centered? Okay. So I think that's looking pretty decent. You know, I'm not loving how this is covering up that, but honestly, with this size of ad, you've got, you know, there's some limitations to what we can do here. I could maybe change this to like the blue color, like instead of the chartreuse. Instead of the chartreuse and then make the text white, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. I wonder if we can put a stroke on this. You can put a gradient on it, which is kind of cool. You can maybe put the a drop shadow on here. Or like, let's see. You can kind of make it spread out a little bit more. You can actually just make it really look like a kind of like a glow, which is cool. Which helps it pop off a little bit more. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with that design for now, and then we can start adding animation to it next.